right, Basement Tapes 108. Hard to believe that Basement Tapes is only 108 episodes old. We are staying in 1961, and there are low key sets that we know about. Sneaky low key sets from the vintage era. This is not one of them. It's not a top set, but it certainly has its place in the hobby, a very prominent place, legendary status almost, and people know what you're talking about when you mention post serial cards, and we're talking about the 1961 post serial bunch. There's a lot to learn here. I have what do I have? 82 of these, and there's variations here. And let's get down to it. So 82 of these bad boys I own, and there are a lot of them. 358 total cards. Of course, there's some variations here, which we'll learn about. $12.81 average value, $4,587 total value. A set, a complete master set, that's 357 cards, will cost you between $1,700 and $3,400. Again, a lot of publicity, a lot of credibility with this set in the hobby. It is a fun set to collect, and of course, knowing that these came off of the boxes, and some of them not off of boxes, makes it more intriguing. The cards in this 200 card set measure 2.5 by 3.5. The 1961 post set was the company's first major set. The cards were available in thick cardboard stock, singly or in various panel sizes from cereal boxes. BOX, it says in parentheses, or in team sheets printed on thinner cardboard stock directly from the Post Cereal Company, COM, in parentheses. It is difficult to differentiate the COM cards from the box cards. The thickness of the cardstock is the best indicator. Many variations exist and are noted in the checklist below. There are many cards which were produced in lesser quantities. The prices below reflect the relative scarcity of the cards. Cards 10, 23, 70, 73, 94, 113, 135, 163, and 183 are examples of cards printed in limited quantities and hence commanding premium prices. The cards are numbered essentially in team groups, i.e., New York Yankees 1 through 18, Chicago White Sox 19 through 24, Detroit Tigers 13 through 46, Boston 47 through 56, Cleveland 57 through 67, Baltimore 68 through 80, Kansas City 81 through 90, Minnesota 91 through 100, Milwaukee 101 through 114, Philadelphia 115, 124, Pittsburgh 125 through 140, San Francisco 141 through 155, Los Angeles Dodgers 156 through 170, St. Louis 171 through 180, Cincinnati 181 through 190, and finally Chicago Cubs 191 through 200. The catalog number is F278-33, F4 food issues. The complete set price refers to the set with all variations, 357. There was also an album produced by Post to hold these cards. So, with that said, let's look at the 358 cards listed and see what the top three are per Beckett OPG. Might surprise us, might not. There is a 1961 Post 94A C Stobbs, COM only, Minnesota. That is your highest value card. There is a Mickey Mantle 4A COM. There is a Mickey Mantle 4B box. Other than that, you would be surprised. There's all sorts of players all over the place that you would not have heard of, but due to their scarcity are worth more for sure. Let's go to TCDB. Boy, lots to talk about here, folks. The F278-33 1961 Post Serial, distributed on specially marked boxes of various Post Serials and via mail-in offer, 10-card uncut panels on thinner cardboard. Some cards were available through both outlets, while others only available through one. Teams depicted, we talked about that a little bit. Orioles, Red Sox, Cubs, White Sox, Reds, Indians, Tigers, Athletics, Angels, Dodgers, Braves, Twins, Yankees, Phillies, Pirates, Giants, Cardinals, and Senators. Errors and variations, too many to list. There's 314 of them because we have the box version and we have the mail-in version. So there are some typographical and statistical errors on there as well. But, boy, we don't want to go through 314, do we? Hall of Famers, 60 records, of course. That is exacerbated by the COM versus box versions here as well. I don't know if there are any variations other than that. It doesn't appear to be the case. It just appears to be a distribution rather than printing or typographical errors. Comments. There's some comments here, folks. M. Zenko says 4 cards are company only. 5 Turley, 73 Estrada, 94 Stobbs, and 106 Matthews. And 40 cards are box only distribution. Jack Webster tells us the card number 163 of Mel Roach is also very hard to find. Iffy 99 has a lot to say. 5 paragraphs worth of stuff here. This was Post's first of 3 annual 200 card sets that were traditionally found on the back of cereal boxes or as an insert in those small 10 package variety packs. This is the only one of the 3 annual sets that has a box version and company version. A complete set cannot be put together without cards from both box and company variations. Box cards were cut off the back cereal box by kids with scissors, so they are perfect for the OBC collector. There are a number of box-only cards. In other words, there are cards that were not part of the mail order company cards. Company cards arrived in team sets of 10 cards and were separated by perforations. The cardboard is slightly lighter in weight than the box cards. You may also be able to differentiate box versus company cards because some cards will exhibit the perforation tabs. The company team sets include some players who were traded midseason, creating a number of different variations. For example, the box card of Gene Conley shows him as a Philly. The corresponding company card still shows him as a Philly, but another line of text in the bio portion indicating traded to the Red Sox on a certain date. Conley is part of the mail away Red Sox team. Perfect for the variation collector. The set is readily available with the exception of 2 cards, both of which are company-only cards. Chuck Estrada of the Orioles and Chuck Stobbs of the Twins. So Iffy 99 bringing the heat there. A lot of information. Appreciate that. Packaging, of course, nice little Toasties cornflake box. The front says free baseball trading cards. There's a Mickey Mantle on the front of another one. So I think that's Mazeroski on the box of the first one. So if you like corn cobs, and you like Mickey Mantle, perhaps you get yourself a box of these. The backs clearly show 7 cards on the back, and there are post 10s. I don't know what the heck that is, but there are lots of variations here. Charles Bush from St. Clair, Michigan, shows his, I guess, his redemption, where it's a mail back from Post with the 10 card sheet. Boy, these are incredible little jobbers here. You could, on the spine, you could all sorts of information given to you about how to mail away for the company cards. There is a new assortment, Post 10s. Post 10s, a new assortment, it says. Boy, they're yelling at us. This is a spine, I think. Free baseball trading cards, 200 top stars, collect them all on Post packages. Special offer, complete your baseball trading card collection. Get the top 10 stars of the 1960 Major League teams. See the side panel of any Post cereal package with baseball trading cards for complete details. So mail this stuff away. This spine has Mickey Mantle and Pete Runnels and Charlie Neal. I call him Charles. Statistics are on there. Oops, I just screwed that up. I should probably go back and figure out what I just did here. All right. Boom. All right, we're going back here. Let's see. Sell sheets and ads, of course. Here is a public apology to the Minnesota Twins, or boy, did we goof. This is interesting. Here we are minding our own business, making Post cereals, and all of a sudden somebody, remembering the fun he used to have with baseball trading cards when he was a kid, gets the idea of giving away trading cards on our cereal packages. So we did. And on the trading cards, we put 200 baseball stars from the 16 Major League teams, including stars of the Washington Senators. Only somebody told us the name of the team was being changed to Minneapolis Senators. So we called them Minneapolis on our packages. We later found out the guy who told us that was born in Minneapolis. We're sorry. Honest, we are. We don't want to hurt anyone's civic pride. At first, we were going to shoot the guy. Boy, this is pretty edgy. We just want to make those little bit better cereals better than ever and let the kids have fun collecting and swapping the baseball trading cards. We were going to shoot him out of the same machine we shoot the 26 letters of the alphabet to make Post alphabets, but the guy couldn't read. So please accept our apology and keep eating Post cereal and let your kids collect those 200 baseball cards. If they're lucky, they'll hold on to the ones that where we goofed because they should be real collector's items. Man, look at Post. Dang. Then we thought we'd toast him to a golden Christmas the way we do Post Toasties to make them the cornflakes that crackle with fresh corn flavor. But that could be too good for him. And we want you to know that all of us at Post wish the Minnesota Twins the best of luck. Post cereals, signed Post. The little better cereals that will make the Minnesota Twins the best fed team in the nation because we're sending each player a year's supply free. Oh, by the way, we fixed that guy. We made him an umpire. So edgy, comical rebuttal to screwing up the Minnesota/Washington situation there in baseball, which was confusing to all. But man, I like that little piece of public apology written by a right proper public relations firm. Yeah, so that's that part of that. Let's get to trivia. Cards were issued singly in cereal boxes and in team sheets offered directly from Post through an email, a mail-in offer. Here we go. All of the Minnesota Twin cards that appeared on cereal boxes were mistakenly listed as Minneapolis. They were corrected to Minnesota Twins on the mail-in offer versions. Number 153, Andre Rogers, is the only card that had two variations, but both appeared extensively on cereal boxes. One card mentions a trade to Milwaukee, while the other doesn't. Number 62 was originally intended to be Cleveland's Jimmy Pearsall, and he agreed to be photographed for the set, but he could not come to an agreement with General Foods and their advertising agency, so he was replaced by Detroit's Paul Foytak. It's believed that number 163 was originally intended to be Sandy Koufax, but he could not come to an agreement with General Foods and their advertising agency, so he was replaced with Milwaukee's Mel Roach. Gallery here, we see the cards. They're blank backs, of course. At least the cereal box versions are. Yogi Berra is number one. It looks like they're all blank backs here. Elston Howard, all that stuff. So we're going by team here first, and it's interesting that the Yankees lead us off because it's not alphabetical. And of course, the Yankees lost to the Yinzers the year before in an epic World Series. But some great players in there. There will be some issues further down the road, literally and figuratively, some issues of Post that will cause some confusion with Jello, but that wasn't the case here. Beautiful, simple cards. What a wonderful thing to look at as you're pondering your riboflavin intake prior to school or other activities. Let's look a little bit at Rocky Colavito's card, number 36. I'm guilty of calling him Calavito, so apologies to all the Colavitos out there. Baseball star card, number 36, followed by 8 stars. Rocky Colavito, Detroit Tigers outfielder, height 6'3", weight 190, bats right, throws right. Born August 10th, 1930. His home is in Temple, Penna. That's Pennsylvania. In one of the year's most surprising moves, Rocky was traded to Detroit for Harvey Kuhn on April 17th, 1960. While with Cleveland in 1958 and 1959, he hit a total of 83 home runs. His 4 consecutive home runs in a game on June 10th, 1959, tied the Major League record. He was selected to participate in the 1959 All-Star Game. So Rocky's banging away there, has his 1960 totals as well as his lifetime totals written out and spelled out in a nice yellow grid below the bottom of the card. So fun stuff here. Big set, legendary set, an accepted set. There are some issues, I guess, with grading with these because they are hand cut, perhaps, and not all hand cuts are created equal. Some come back as A's, some come back as something else, I think. So I don't dare get these graded, but just because of the disappointment or potential disappointment of that happening. But anyway, I got a lot of them. Enjoy them. And of course, we will learn more about Post cereal in the ensuing episodes. It's big time for cereal cards in the early 1960s. So that's it, 1961. Tops 1961 Post cereal, your F278-33s. Basement Tapes 1.